The International Boxing Association have claimed that Algeria and Chinese Taipei have blocked them from releasing gender test results which saw Imane Khelif and Yu-ting disqualified from last year's Women's World Championship. And the Russian-led IBA also claimed that the pair at the centre of the Olympic boxing gender row failed 2 gender eligibility tests in the space of a year. In a shambolic press conference dogged by technical issues on Monday afternoon, IBA CEO Chris Roberts alleged that both countries sent letters to the organisation, one on Sunday night and one in the early hours of Monday morning, prohibiting the IBA from disclosing any information on each of the boxers to the world's media. Been a brazen move sure to antagonise the nations as well as the IOC, he encouraged the gathered journalists to read between the lines. Roberts also said that both Khelif and Yu-ting failed chromosome-based tests at the 2022 Women's World Championships in Istanbul, as well as the ones that saw them disqualified from last year's event in Delhi, which have been well publicised this week. It does beg the question, why did the IBA allow the athletes to compete in Delhi last year before testing them again and then disqualifying them if the IBA believed them to be ineligible? But that's a matter for another day. The IBA insists that Monday's bombshell press conference that they called was not designed to disrupt the Olympic boxing competition, but it does mark another chaotic chapter in the ongoing row between the IBA and the International Olympic Committee. That's after IOC spokesman Mark Adams labelled the IBA's gender test flawed and illegitimate. But IBA President Umar Kremlev hit back on Monday, claiming the IOC is killing women's boxing. In a lengthy rant, he said, "Female boxing is being killed and I don't want that to happen. Women's sport is being destroyed and we cannot allow it." Until last year, the IBA were the governing body for all Olympic boxing events, but the IOC stripped them of that role over governance and finance issues and have administered the boxing in France themselves under the Paris 2024 Boxing Authority, which has different gender eligibility requirements to the IBA.
Blood tests were taken, a gender test was taken as it was during the Women's World Championships in 2022 in Istanbul. The results that were brought out were inconsistent. So, further to which, there's been a number of questions as to why, but we came about to the next female championships was taking part in 2023. So there is a time gap, but the reason for that is because we wanted 2 tests. So there's 2 tests required, not 1, but 2 tests. Time gap between, and then to the next World Championships, which was taking place in India. Both boxers were asked to take a further blood test. That happened, and on the 23rd of March the results came through, and it demonstrated the chromosomes that we refer to within the technical and competition rules that make both boxers ineligible. We're not able to disclose the results of any tests, but you can read between the lines where that sits. And of course, what I'd also like to mention here is that yesterday evening and this morning we've received letters from the NOCs in Chinese Taipei and Algeria respectively, informing us that we can't disclose any information pertinent to either boxer. So we've had that information through early hours this morning and this morning. So you can see what that means. So again, read between the lines.